Welcome to the Gutsy Guinea Pig version of Gutsy Presenter.
Welcome, everyone. And
So
look
good
at
to
who
have
we
you
have.
here. Jen, introduce our guest, if you would.
I am very happy to be introducing Mr. Dan Moe. Dan is a highly regarded executive professional in the Seattle area. We met years ago. We actually used to work together years ago. And I'm very happy to have you here, Dan.
Thank you, Jen. It's an honor to be here with both of you. Two top-notch Gutsy presenter and coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will deliver your payment after the podcast recording. So thank you for
Really, no Bitcoin, please.
that. Shoot.
Bummer.
Hey, Dan, we're going to start by asking you to talk, to quote unquote present for maybe about 30 seconds, and we'll watch and observe and evaluate. And then when you're done, we'll give you some coaching.
I love it.
Good. All right. I'm going to offer you the floor when you're ready.
I am ready right now.
Go for it.
One of the things I'd like to talk about is my hobby. Jennifer knows I like to bike. And I bike last year to be outdoor and to have fun in a COVID environment, everything indoors, locked down. To me, presentation is like biking. It's not something you can read a book and expecting you'll be a good presenter. You need to practice, just like ride a bike. Practice make perfect. That's what I feel about presentation. And this is a great opportunity for Gutsy presentation coaches here to teach you guys how to present.
All right. That was wonderful. Dan,
Nice work, Dan.
I can tell that you have been working on this stuff for a while. I want to
His
start by asking.
presentation skills.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not the content. That was well, that's you just sort of improvised that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that tough for you, improvising?
Well, it was tough 10 years ago, but
Yeah.
not anymore now.
Good.
Because after so many years of practice, and particularly Jennifer was my teacher and still my teacher on how to present. And I learned all the secret sauce, how to present naturally and making an impact to the audience. But I need to admit, 10 years ago, I was a really bad presenter, and Jennifer can tell you all about that.
It's engagement that we're getting from you, because you lean forward, you come in and at your target. So it feels like you want to connect, and we want to connect back with you. And all that practice you've done helped you maintain control. You have sentences, you're not rambling or fragmenting sentences. There aren't a lot of filler words. You use your hands, you direct them toward your audience, and all of that stuff.
You're in control. I'm going to turn this around, because there was one thing that was happening that was a distraction for me. And I believe it's part of the headset. I'm hearing. I need to hear you though. I'm hearing, I don't know if it's breathing through the mic. Scott, did you hear it as well?
A little bit, yeah. My mind sort of blocked it out.
I can't block those
Keep
things
paying
out.
attention to me.
I pay attention. I pay a lot of attention to noises. I'm very sensitive to noise.
Oh.
And Dan, I know you give a lot of high stake presentations, especially in the role that you are in. And I want to make sure that distraction does not happen with your day-to-day audiences. So I'm curious. In fact, you and I could work on this later if you'd like. I think it's breathing. We're hearing you breathing through that mouthpiece.
All these mics that we have, they react to pops of air and S's. And sometimes it's just a matter of placement. So if you take the mic, you've already done it a little bit. If it's right up in front of your mouth, chances are we're going to get the pops and sort of the S
Yes.
sound.
And I
If
don't
you-
think we are now.
Yeah, we're not now. So all you're doing is lowering it. So the air that's coming out of your mouth isn't hitting it yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But your voice, the sound waves certainly reach it because they don't always project in a straight line.
It's better.
So
It's better.
That is great. That is great feedback. I didn't even know that.
I wanted to offer one more area that I think you could pursue.
Mm-hmm. I'm all ear for it.
Okay, you're so good. You're so in control. This is one that I think you're going to find a real challenge, but it'll take you to the next level. And that is facial expression. So your voice is moving, your hands are moving, but as you speak, your eyebrows, these muscles here tend to remain fairly slack. And I think if you could get these muscles to move with your voice and with your hands, that you'll come across with more engagement.
That's a great feedback. Another great feedback. Thank you, Scott. How come my wife never told me this?
Wait.
You guys definitely adding value to me, both of you, Scott and Jan. You definitely adding value to me. I'm writing down a check for you guys right now.
Dan, you are an exception, and I have to explain this to everyone listening. Dan is one of the most phenomenal lifelong learners. And I'm not just saying this because you are here with us, Dan. For years, you have been working on your speaking skills. You are the most dedicated
Thank you.
professional that I've ever met to do this. And you want feedback. You ask for feedback, you embrace it, you say thank you. And you're a beautiful example of being open-minded to practice and take feedback in.
Yeah.
It's really, really refreshing. So Dan, I do want to ask, because I would like our audience to hear this from you. What made you so determined to be a phenomenal speaker? Like what drives you to constantly work on that skill set?
I think there's a story behind that, Jen. I always admire a good speaker who can talk very fluently in a trade show, in a conference. When I look at those guys, man, they are like very, very smooth sales guy talking about their super high quality product and can sell anything to anyone. And I want to be like them. And there are a lot of role models I used to have. And I feel that I wasn't there. I felt that I wasn't there when I watched those guys. And I started to think, if they can do it, I can do it.
Enhancing these speaking skills, what has that done for you with your career?
Wow. That's a long story. It cannot be covered within one
Give me two examples. Give me two highlights.
I think that my the pivotal moment in my career was that I used to be an individual contributor, so I didn't talk so much. I just head down doing my own assignment and hand in my assignment. But then my manager came to me and told me that, Dan, you can be a good people manager because you are very good with people. And as a people manager, you need to have a team. And you have a team, basically the team become your audience. Every week, you need to talk to your team and provide your instruction clearly so they can understand your vision, your goals you set for them, and the plan, strategy you want to articulate in front of them so they understand it, absorb it like a sponge, and be able to take it back and then put them into action. And talking to a group of people, your team or outside your team, that is a huge driver for me to become a better speaker. Beautiful, so that's what it is.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the value, I see it as a value of presentation in any profession.
Yes, and it benefits your team as well.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Scott, how do you want to wrap this up?
Well, I want to thank Dan for giving us his time and sharing his story and expertise. And then I want to tell our Gutsy presenters that next week we go back to our other format where Jen and I are going to have a conversation about physical barriers. So things like lecterns, lectern is the proper word, right?
Lectern, it's not a podium. You stand on a podium.
Stages, stages create physical barriers in terms of they're limited in space. How do
having notes in hand is a physical barrier?
There you go. We're going to talk about all these physical barriers and sort of the ins and outs of these things when we get back.
Dan, thank you. We so appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Jen and Scott. Thank you for your positive feedback. And I learned two things. As Jen said, that I'm a lifetime learner. I learned two things today. So thank you guys very much for that. And thank you for the opportunity for me to share my experience on presentation with you guys.
So valuable.
And thank you for being gutsy. Now, the rest of you folks out there, be gutsy. Have a good week. We'll see you next week.